Alright, sorry guys, it got cut off last time. Anyway, let's continue. Got pretty much everything I wanted to say about this one done. Next up, we have 119. Obviously, not the first crossover of the Hulk and Spider Man, but it is a fairly expensive book now. Why? I'm guessing because the two were kind of fighting on the cover. Obviously, the first crossover is this one, number 14. You can see little Hulk all the way back then. This is him, two different artists. So, why it's so expensive, if you know, please leave me a message in the comments. But yeah, I just saw it for cheap at my comic store and I knew it was going for a lot, so I figured why not? Might as well. We'll have the opportunity. Next up, 121. Did not expect to get this when I did at all. Just happened to walk into a comic shop and the guy was selling his collection, his personal collection, because he was trying to get the first 100. And he had this in the next one. Paid $60 each for them. Great price. They're both in pretty good shape. The only thing wrong with either of them really is on this one. And if you can look on Spidey's butt, pardon my French, but someone has written "kiss my ass." But someone had the decency to scribble it out and then draw a beard on Norman. Blue, though, I gotta say, is not his color. Anyway, next up we have, after the death of Gwen Stacy, 122, the death of the Green Goblin. Glad to have this one as well. Again, $60 for this one. It's in pretty darn good shape. Very classic cover. Very classic. Very glad to have it. Next up, we have number 129. I am super, super stoked to have this book. In case you didn't know, I'm a huge fan of the Punisher. Huge fan of Punisher. And I'm stoked for him to be in season 2 of Daredevil, because I'm also a huge Daredevil fan. And actually, I'm going to Wizard World in Richmond but in September. And John Beatty's going to be there, who inked this, the Punisher 5 issue limited series. Not 4, 5 issue. So I'm going to get him to sign this and possibly the rest. I do have the rest, but just as an example. So, huge fan of Punisher. Glad, I'm ecstatic to finally have this book in my collection. I never thought I'd get this book, especially in this good shape. There's almost nothing wrong with the book. Nice sharp corners, colors are vibrant. Only thing really wrong with it is down here. I don't know if you could see, but there's a little bit of wrinkling down there. Other than that, right there. And it's just a beautiful book all around. Very glad to finally have this book. Then we have number 136, the first time Harry Osborn becomes the Green Goblin. So, just cheap book. Was kind of looking for it, because I'm a fan of the goblins. So, yeah, glad to have that one. Next, Punisher Key, number 162, first appearance of Jigsaw. Nightcrawler appearance, Punisher appearance. Other than that, nothing too much. Again, like I said, I'm a huge Goblin fan. Hobgoblin being my favorite, because I guess I love Orange, and he just seems more vicious than Goblin ever was. And also a little bit more crazy, because really, Green Goblin, he had an excuse. Hobgoblin was just insane. An accident didn't happen to him, he's just crazy. But it does include the tattoos as well, and then there's a newsstand variant. So, $40, my local comic shop, couldn't turn it down. Then we have number 300, one of my personal favorites, the first appearance of Venom, the first full appearance of Venom. I'm extremely happy to have this. Huge fan of Todd McFarlane too, so it makes it even more special for me. Another thing that makes it more special is I actually paid for this book. So paid $100 for this book. So very, very glad to have this one in my collection in really good shape as well. Next up, the last key in my collection is one I got out of my dad's, if you remember. Number 361, First Carnage. I got this one as well as 362. and 363. All out of my dad's collection, so didn't have to drop a dime for him. Happy for that. As well as this one, number 365. First appearance of Spider-Man 2099, who I actually really love, Spider-Man 2099. So I'm glad to have this. And last but not least, Spider-Man number 583. A little bit out there, but figured I'd include it because I got it off the newsstand when I was a kid. So when it first came out, you can see it is second printing, although I did get it the day it came out. So yeah, and that'll do it for my collection. Glad to have, I'm glad my collection has spanned where it has, and yeah. Of course, I'm gonna show my favorite being number 4. It's a book I never thought I'd get my hands on, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad I finally have. So glad I can finally have this book. It's insane. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you'd like, leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think of my collection, what you think of my videos, what you think of me being back. And let me know if you guys have any video ideas. And I do plan on doing just a Key Comics collection, period. I might show a few books from here, I don't know. But I do have quite a few other really, really cool books I really want to show you guys. And hope to get around to. But anyway, I guess this will do it for this video. This one's a little bit shorter. But got done what I needed to get done. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.